All right, looks like I'm live. This is day number 57 of building my business, and as always, the first question: what am I building? Right? I am building a coding school. This one. So this is a coding school for exactly Salesforce development, not for something else. For Salesforce development, where you can go and learn how to code in Apex. This is super unique because all the other schools they're focused on get your PD1 or I don't know, get your job, whatever. But first you need to learn how to code. You cannot get job or PD1 unless you learn how to code, and this is exactly what we are focusing on. And in the last week we have uploaded, I think, around 100 tasks, and today we're gonna be continuing. So I uploaded the tasks here. We have already around 200 tasks, and my goal is to have I would say around 1,000 tasks in total on the platform, checking all the smaller topics, all the bigger topics. And today we're gonna be looking what other tasks to upload. And can I write here a message? Let's see. Welcome to the day 57. Join Discord. If you wanna hang out after the stream, join here Discord. I don't know why is it like it's so crazy. Why is it always setting to expire? Generate a new and then copy. I don't know why. I really don't know. Join Discord. Today YouTube has a bug, and the bug is that I cannot switch into my account. So look, if I click here, nothing happens. If I click here, I cannot switch anywhere. So today I wanted to check out the Salesforce ban video because it seems to getting quite a good amount of views, and I want to see, okay, what do you guys write here? I have 2-3 years of development experience with TypeScript, JavaScript. Do you think it's possible to find a job remote, maybe as consultant? What do you think is the best? Mostly because I want to ensure that I'm going to make the time to learn it, and would like to have an idea what path should take, especially since I'm not willing to move at the moment. Oh yeah, I don't really get it, man. I'm sorry, this is quite a mess. What do you wanna get? If you have 2-3 years of experience, yeah, why do you want to work as a consultant? Why don't you work just as a developer? If you have 2-3 years of experience, just work as a developer. And that's it. All right, no idea. I think I can see here your chat, right? Yeah. Okay, let me go to Twitch and check it out because I want to make sure that I see your... Okay, stream manager. Okay. Seems to be working right now. Yeah, if you want to work, come on, just go and work as a JavaScript developer. So what's the plan for today? The plan for today is first write LinkedIn, or maybe not LinkedIn, just post about community launch. Okay. About community. Second, react to a Salesforce ban. Ah, Daupt, welcome. Salesforce ban. Does YouTube for you also has the problem? I cannot switch, since yesterday I cannot switch accounts, so I cannot switch to my 3 a.m. again, right, it's 3 a.m. Time to learn Salesforce, though. That's usually about the time where you start learning new languages. React to Salesforce ban. And third, find new topics. I'm in my room. I'm not in the exile on the kitchen. Right? So I'm in my room. This is an improvement of life, right? But here's the trick. I just, instead of facing the room itself, I just flipped the table and I'm facing the wall. Yeah. That's so here are my thoughts on what we've done. I've made a mistake. This is something to keep in mind for the next time. I shouldn't have framed this Discord as a community of people. I should have just framed it as a Discord for my YouTube channel. This is what I should have done. And then if I really wanted to launch a community, I should have launched it privately with as few people as possible. So few mistakes. No clear goal of the community, and this is not really, because if you think what is a community, right? Community is kind of a people who are kind of are on the same level and working towards the same goal. Discord channel is really not about that. Like, this, having just a Discord channel and a community, totally different things, right? So I shouldn't have blended those two things together. This has been a mistake. Um, so no clear goal of the community. That's kind of one of this. Um, Another problem is that blending together. I can remove actually this one. Everyone is invited. This is a problem because community actually should not be about everyone's welcome, because Discord for the YouTube channel, that should be about everyone's welcome. But if you speak about community, community is not very everyone's welcome. Community is just a filtered people who are on the same page and working towards the same goal, and who are basically kind of like a team, right? Uh, that's another mistake. Another mistake is that, and you can see it by, for example, people writing here about developer experience, because they know me from LinkedIn as the guy who is teaching how to get the first job as a developer, how to become a developer, basically. Um, and this is okay if that's a Discord channel for basically YouTube channel. That's fine, but I blended those two things together, and again, and this is a mistake, because it's not interesting for people who are building a business, right? And if I ask any business stuff, it's not interesting for people who learn how to code. That's the problem. So basically, and all of this mistake, they basically go from YouTube plus LinkedIn. Turns out that this is my YouTube audience. This is my YouTube audience, and this here is my LinkedIn audience, right? And this is our Discord here. I would say more like this, Discord. Yeah, that's the problem. So this is YouTube, and this is LinkedIn. Of course, there's some kind of overlap, right? Because people who read me on LinkedIn, probably also some of them are founders, for example, or some of them are interested in starting freelancing. But in general, I should have separated, and most importantly, that's not the problem on how I did the launch or something. It's the problem of that I didn't have the separation in my head for, like, I didn't really think about those things, right? Um, Another problem is that it's a free community. If you wanna have any type of filtering, so if you really wanna build a community, then it shouldn't be free. because if you have anything free, it's basically almost impossible to maintain this thing. You're always gonna have some kind of costs for hosting something, for maybe inviting someone to speak, and so on. So yeah, so free communities is usually not a great idea. Uh, and another problem is that I didn't have any plan at all. Like there was zero plan. I was just had an idea that I'm gonna invite, and then the conversation's gonna happening, gonna gonna happen on its own. No, that's not gonna be the case. Um, so yeah, so basically now, what is this? What is this Discord server? It should not be a community. It should be just a Discord server to hang out. That's the thing. Like this is so I changed completely my mind about this Discord server because I invited people from LinkedIn with the words, "Hey, let's build a community of entrepreneurs." Uh, but that's if I want to build a community of entrepreneurs, I should approach it completely different. I should not invite to the free server with everyone. I should select like 20 people who want to kickstart like a really small group, and then basically start growing slowly based on that. For example, having some kind of masterminds. But again, this is totally different thing because I wouldn't when I think about what kind of 20 what kind of let's say 20 people would I like to invite if I wanted to build a community of entrepreneurs. I don't know. I don't know because I don't know that many. Maybe I could find like 3, 5 people, but not 20. And I think it shows if you cannot find those people, then why would you even bother trying to build such a community? Like if you can't, for example, if I want to build a community of people who want to learn how to code, that's where I know how to do it. Like I know how to find 100 people for that. Um, so yeah, I think it shows that I should not frame this Discord as a community. It's just a Discord basically for us to hang out. And yes, I do have I do have in mind that probably this Discord server will be used by people who know me from YouTube or Twitch. So we're still trying to build here a community of people who are working towards their business, but it's much more of a Discord server than any kind of like thoughtful community, right? That's the idea. But I still like the voice the voice how was it, what was it called, voice voice channel, I think. Yeah. It was awesome. It was actually the best thing. And if I ever will start a community, I will think about first about what how can I make a filtering, how can I make sure that only the right people going in. Second, paid community, not free community. Third, it should be there should be some kind of events, interaction. There should be a plan. So there should be basically a space where people can go and hang out. And by hang out, I don't mean that it's gonna happen on its own. There should be some kind of master classes, masterminds, accountability groups, something to actually do there, not just chat. Um, and yeah, thank you for thank you, Fatih. In my country, we have some BA Salesforce jobs, some consult jobs, no admin at all. I think half admin, half developer jobs increased a lot, but not only admin roles I can see. Yeah, I think admin roles are kind of dying out slowly. So yeah, so those are my thoughts on the community. I'm not gonna make it to a post. Maybe I will. Maybe I won't. I agree, Igor. I wouldn't say it has failed though. Yeah, I wouldn't say it has failed, like because we didn't really have like a goal or something, right? We didn't have like, what does mean failed, right? Um, we had no plan, no goals, so since like it cannot fail if you don't have any goal, right? um, but yeah, definitely those things to consider. And this is something that I could not understand once I was inviting people there. So yeah, I'm definitely not planning on doing a community like any type of paid community or something. So the Discord server, for now, we're gonna be trying to build out a community of entrepreneurs, right? But only if it happens on its own with the growth of the channel, right? So I'm not trying actively to do a lot for this thing, and let's see how it goes. Yeah, basically it's gonna be kind of a space to hang out off the stream. So let's check out this video. Let me check that your ears will be fine. So for those who don't know, Salesforce ban has one of the largest sites about content, like content websites in Salesforce. He has just articles about whatever, everything, and they work in a really cool way because they don't write articles on their own. They let other people writing articles for them. For example, is this one guy. No, there's no one. Oh my god. GitHub Copilot. Look at this. Look at this. Who is that? Yeah, I wrote once for them an article, and this is a nice way of growing. This is something that I wish, because writing those articles, this is basically a bottleneck for me right now, or creating tasks. This is bottleneck, so I cannot really yeah, this is a real nice way, and they're huge. I don't know how many they definitely cross 1 million visitors a month, so they're huge. They're huge, and they're super known, and they have a YouTube channel, and let's be honest, the YouTube channel is not performing as well as it could be, right? Because if you look that they have like 20k subscribers, some of them like getting 600, some of them getting below 1000. So I think they have relatively low views in comparison to how many subscribers they have and how many people know about them. But they're still not bad. They're still fine. Watch me lurking. Hi. And I think the biggest face of the channel is basically Ben, as the founder, and I guess that's why videos with him usually take more stuff. Okay, so yeah, and this is one of the critique that I have on them. It's not that I try to teach them or something. Not that I have any idea about how they should be doing anything, but I know that for me sometimes the way they talk in videos, it feels a little bit scripted, and I don't think it should be that way. All right, but I worked with them when I worked with them and wrote an article for them. They were really nice, so I really liked working with them. Okay, let's check out the video. The age of cash Salesforce job is over. That's a nice title. That's nice. I wanna me click. Let's see. Hope it's not gonna be too loud.
There's been a message perpetuated around the ecosystem that landing a Salesforce role is easy. Just land your admin cert and the doors will open. This notion has been spread by Salesforce with their Trailblazer movement, community leaders, MVPs, and yes, even yours truly. The reality is that this was somewhat true for many years. Salesforce was a relatively unknown.
This is so much better than previous videos. What did they do? Like, they changed the scripting. This is so much better. So much better.
Career option with surging demand and a trickling talent pool of supply. The status quo of today, however, couldn't be more different. An increasingly complex platform mixed with an oversaturation of talent signals that the age of easy Salesforce careers could be over. I landed.
They have a studio in London, and if I visit London, I want to see the studio. I want to go there and see, maybe I can spot someone of them. Maybe we can even arrange some kind of interview with Ben or something. Would be actually quite nice.
I landed my first Salesforce admin role at 120 user org using Sales and Service Cloud. I had 3 months of experience on the Salesforce platform at a graduate training program I'd just left, and had recently landed my admin cert. I was paid £30,000. I was mainly required to work out of a ticketing system.
£30,000, guys. This is this is what we discussed. This is what you get in UK, I think in London, as a graduate after uni in the Salesforce ecosystem, not as a technical developer. Maybe as a developer you'd get, I think we paid like 40 or something. So it's not a year in London. So and then you were shocked that in India people getting like 25k a year it's low. Man, like look, people getting like 30k in London.
Fielding questions and requests from users, and making sure the general health of the system is optimal. I would occasionally engage with stakeholders from across the business to tackle more complex issues such as solutionizing and building new business processes on Salesforce. Using my limited knowledge and building directly in production, I got by using page layout, record types, custom object, workflow rules, and reports and dashboards to field requirements from the business. Since I landed that job in early 2013, the landscape of Salesforce, its products, and its ecosystem have changed so much. Salesforce's plan for their customers has always been to drive massive digital transformation. Workflow rules, some custom fields, and a page layout isn't enough to achieve this. Customers need integration, they need marketing automation, specialist products such as Field Service Lightning or CPQ, and deployment processes such as DevOps. In other words, complexity.
This is so much better. This is so much better. I don't know, like the difference between the quality of the videos even 2 weeks ago and now is better. And the difference, what is the difference? The difference is scripting. I yeah, I like it. It's nice.
Whilst I don't want to diminish the accomplishments of anyone who has landed a Salesforce job in recent years by passing a certification and perhaps working on a portfolio to showcase their experience, it's kind of too good to be true, isn't it? Revise for a few months and land a $70,000 job which can rapidly climb after a few years? Well, if something's too good to be true, it probably is, but technically wasn't for many years. Salesforce has the unique attributes of being a company that grew from $2 billion in revenue in 2012 when I started my career to over $30 billion in 2023, whilst also staying under the radar to most as being a viable career choice. As you can see from the growth in Salesforce admin jobs via Google Trends in the chart, the search has recently hit an all-time high, but has been slowly building over many years. Salesforce announced Trailhead at Dreamforce 2014, which kick-started the Trailblazer movement and opened up the Salesforce education to anyone, regardless of educational background. Aside from the noble mission of opening up technology education to everyone, I think it's safe to say the Salesforce ecosystem needed more talent at that time, and Trailhead was the answer. From 2014, you can see a measurable impact in the search for Salesforce admin jobs.
I actually disagree. No, I don't disagree, but I think that people overestimate the influence of Trailhead. Is it only me? But I don't find that much value in Trailhead. Like Trailhead is basically just documentation with quizzes. Like that's it. Documentation with quizzes with a little bit of marketing language plus plus all the like fluff and funny way of writing articles. And I don't find that much of I don't know, it's not as valuable as people like to present it, and Salesforce is excellent at marketing, right? And it influences all of us. But I don't think that Trailhead is really that awesome. It has really good, like it's good, but it's not like a miracle or something. That's my opinion.
Jobs. And it's safe to say that Trailhead is and continues to be a huge driving force in democratizing technology education. To many candidates and recruiters that I speak to, they regard 2021 and 2022 as the year that the Salesforce job market really peaked. The COVID-19 pandemic drove a wave of digital transformation projects, and as the world opened back up, technology projects were the highest priority for businesses. Luckily for many candidates that were waiting on the sidelines after skilling up on Trailhead and
let me make a wild guess. Salesforce band team, they make a script out of their articles, and then they don't try to cut down in the way people usually speak, but instead of that they're just basically reading an article with some tweaks. And I think that if they change this way, I think it's gonna be the biggest change on their YouTube channel, because I think if they change from just reading the stuff to actually speaking in videos, speaking as if they're speaking in real world. Because look at this sentence, what he said, it's not the way Ben speaks, right? Look, listen to this sentence.
And as the world opened back up, technology projects were the highest priority for businesses. Luckily for many candidates that were waiting on the sidelines after skilling up on Trailhead and landing their admin certification, this surge in demand drove a hiring spree.
The surging demand drove the hiring spree. Like, this is not the way people speak in real world, and this is something that I think Salesforce Ben team is doing not correctly. Like, I don't want to criticize them too much because I'm a big fanboy of them, but I also think that if they change and I'm no expert as well. Like, look at my channel, they definitely have more views than I do, but I think that it's so important to speak just naturally the way you speak on the video.
It was also the time when companies were willing to pay whatever it took to secure candidates. I heard a few stories of large consultancies paying over £100,000 to candidates with 2 years of experience or less. Whilst this must have been amazing for the candidates and I applaud them for securing the job, these kind of salaries aren't sustainable. These years of peak Salesforce job inflation were also where the rise of Salesforce boot camps came into play. Essentially training programs that cost thousands of dollars, seducing you with the allure of a
Wait, is it the real bootcamp? Lightning fundamentals for admins. Oh my god.
six-figure salary in tech that you can shortcut with their program.
Yeah.
These types of programs rely on creating the impression that it's easy to land a tech job.
Because you know what? This is what I try to say. I never said that, hey, you're gonna earn like 100k if you take my bootcamp. And guess what? It doesn't sell. It doesn't sell. I got like 10 sales. Versus if you say that go and land 100k bootcamp, you get so much more sales. You get like twice amount of sales. That's the reality. That's the reality.
After the technology boom of the COVID years, with tech companies thinking this growth could carry on forever, reality came knocking. War broke out, inflation rose, interest rates were hiked, and growth slowed down. For the first time in nearly a decade, Salesforce's growth slowed from 20 to 35% each quarter, down to nearly single digits. This led to layoffs and tightening of budgets across the board. TechCrunch reported that 262,000 layoffs occurred in the technology industry in 2023, with 2024 not kicking off much better. These layoffs have also directly impacted the Salesforce ecosystem, with Salesforce laying off 7,000 employees in 2023 and a slew of layoffs from Apexsandbox companies and consultancies that are continuing at the moment.
And imagine if you have worked in the Salesforce itself and then you're laid off on the market. Probably you will find a job, right? I mean, unless you worked as a support engineer or something. But if you worked as a Salesforce developer or a Salesforce admin, I don't even know if Salesforce employs admins, but let's say you worked as a Salesforce developer in the Salesforce itself, it's equivalent like working at Google. You will find a job. And with 7,000 people laid off, you will have the priority for recruiters, which means that it's not directly a problem for those 7,000 people, I guess, for majority of them, but it's much more a problem for people who just going into the ecosystem, because instead of new people, those 7,000 gonna get hired. That's I think the way it works.
Unfortunately, end users have been affected too. One Salesforce admin I spoke with in the US had just started his Salesforce career at a large software company when budget cuts came into effect. Another Salesforce product manager with nearly a decade of experience was laid off along with 2 of her direct reports, leaving just one admin to run a highly complex Salesforce org. For the first time, possibly ever, Salesforce roles are being hit and being hit hard.
You know, when I started my career in Salesforce, you could get a job if you just know what is Salesforce. Like, literally, you know how, like, I got the job without having any, like, zero Salesforce knowledge, with just being, I was a Java developer, and that's it. And that was enough to get a job. Imagine, like, this is so crazy. It shouldn't be that way. It shouldn't be that way. It was such an exception of an industry, and on top of that, people didn't know about this industry. People didn't know about Salesforce. When 5 years ago I was saying that I'm a Salesforce developer, people were like, "What is this? Are you a real developer? Like, is it a sales? Like, how can you be a developer in sales? Like, what the hell?" So people didn't know about that, and it was such an exception. And for whatever reason, we are in the Salesforce ecosystem. We thought that it's gonna be like this all the time. No, welcome to the reality.
If the golden years of the Salesforce job market boom are over, what is the reality of searching for a job in 2024? There are a few factors at play here that will make 2024 and possibly beyond a little tricky. Firstly, we have the global economy and budget restrictions on companies that hold the purse strings for these roles. Whilst everyone is feeling more positive at the start of 2024, this is yet to translate into actual growth. Secondly, layoffs and saturation at an entry level have created an unprecedented amount of talent in the Salesforce ecosystem. 10K, a Salesforce advisory company, reported that whilst demand was down by 46% in 2023, the supply of Salesforce professionals grew by 28%. This is why when applying to many Salesforce roles, you will often be competing against hundreds of other candidates. In the words of Max Gudger, a recruitment consultant at Investigo, when you have a huge injection of people entering the ecosystem but the amount of opportunities halve, it makes for a hyper-competitive marketplace. Thirdly, and possibly most importantly, customer demands and expectations have shifted. This is the combination of the two factors above, as well as the complexity of the Salesforce platform increasing. Customers no longer want or need a Ben McCarthy-style admin from 2013 who might have landed a 50 to 60K job in the boom era of 2022. They need a multi-cloud admin who is a wizard with flow, has integration experience, and preferably marketing plus CPQ experience. And when customers are spoiled for choice with hundreds of applicants applying for the same role with varying breadths of experience, they'll make sure they get the best bang for their buck in the age of belt tightening. Even a Salesforce CTA reached out to me, who frustratedly explained that it's been hard for her to find a role that matched her salary expectations, citing an increase in offshoring, tightening of budgets, and a lack of projects. Another factor that is restricting candidates' choice of roles is that remote roles are hard to come by. While Salesforce was one of the first enterprise businesses to announce that they would be fully remote after COVID-19 struck, they have since had a change of heart amongst many other businesses in ensuring that employees are at least in the office a few days a week.
I actually don't get why people love so much remote itself. When I mean, no, okay, oh yeah, okay. Before you judge, I do get why people love remote. Okay, I work remote all the time, obviously. But when I was working as a developer, I kind of enjoyed going to the office. Come on, you go to the office, you have free snacks, you have free coffee, you spend 20-30% of your time speaking with your colleagues, you take a lunch together, and you spend in a comfortable environment with nice monitors and all that. What are you complaining about? Like, that's nice. That's nice. Yeah, it takes 30 minutes to go there, but that's fine. Just listen to podcast or something on the way, or do something productive. Yeah, I like it.
Ivan, who is an 11-year Salesforce ecosystem veteran, has seen the same trend in the Czech Republic for Salesforce consultancies. He says whilst the market has shrunk significantly with budget restrictions, buyers have become much more educated and they want resources who are based in the local market, with specific expectations regarding experience. He says if you don't specialize, then you're out of the game. Ivan's wife also had experience trying to get into the Salesforce market through a Salesforce-sponsored training program, but had to pivot to an adjacent IT market due to a lack of demand. However, it's clear that your job search will depend on your experience and specializations. The Salesforce admin who is laid off from a large software company has just had over a year of experience in total, but has struggled to land a job in over 4 months, despite many interviews where the number of applications have been above 100. However, the Salesforce product manager with nearly a decade of experience had relatively little stress in landing the next role. Overall, the market has changed drastically and rapidly in the past couple
What about developers?
of years, and it's hard to see a fast path back to prosperity.
Oh, what does the future hold? Let's see.
After promoting a career in Salesforce to my blog followers, friends, family, and even girlfriend, I fear the glory days of landing a relatively easy Salesforce job are over. The narrative that there is a huge demand, not enough supply, and the fact that anyone with an admin cert will get hired just isn't true anymore. As Salesforce and many other technology companies pivot from a grow-at-all-cost mentality to focus on profitability, we may not see the hyper-competitive Salesforce job market level out with a large swing in Salesforce growth anytime soon. It's important to remember that the growth of Salesforce is made up of multiple products. Some of these products will grow at faster rates than others, and it's the older core products such as Sales and Service Cloud that are lagging behind the likes of Tableau, MuleSoft, and Data Cloud. This chart further supports the argument that has started to emerge.
Wait, what's that? Subscription and support and acquisition growth trends. Okay, that's interesting. Fiscal year 23. Sales growth. Let's take Q4. 16, 15, 18, 20. Okay. Okay, so MuleSoft and Tableau, they're growing 20%. I mean, if you start from nothing, then of course you grow 20%. Interesting, but look at this. It was 50, 58, 56, and then it's down to 18. And then it slows down as well.
To emerge that the only surefire way to stand out from the massive crowd in the Salesforce ecosystem is to specialize either through products or through industry knowledge. For example, in a recent LinkedIn discussion, I asked my network what are the hot roles in the industry right now. The usual suspects pop up in the form of Revenue Cloud, CPQ, Marketing Cloud, Field Service Lightning, and MuleSoft. One individual did point out that he is still getting multiple jobs sent to his inbox each week, which doesn't signal a change in demand. But he has over 10 years of experience on the Salesforce platform, further supporting the argument that if you are experienced and specialized, your job search will be much easier. Matt Hafford is a specialist Salesforce recruiter and business owner that focuses on niche markets. And he tells me that candidates who are experienced in products such as Revenue Cloud or MuleSoft probably have a 0% unemployment rate, simply due to the demand and the lack of skilled candidates out there in the market. The generalist versus specialist argument is something that continues to develop in the Salesforce ecosystem. And
I mean, so far, right? It also can change. So it's all the same market, right? You get a lot of demand, and people go there, and then it's oversaturated.
Beyond in separate markets. Andrew Reiser, CEO of Mounting Point, a Gold Salesforce partner, goes on to say in his article, as the ecosystem becomes oversaturated, generalist offerings begin to feel commoditized, losing their edge in the sea of similar solutions, which seemingly could apply to candidates, consultancies, and AppExchange apps. Similar trends are happening in the media space. Whilst generalist publications such as Sports Illustrated, Vice, and BuzzFeed are on the decline, niche or specialist online publications are thriving.
Okay.
Some may accuse me of gatekeeping, that is, protecting the ecosystem from new entrants to keep salaries and demand high, but that couldn't be further from the truth. I've always been a huge advocate for new entrants to enter the ecosystem for years, and whilst it'd be pretty easy to continue doing so, the mood has changed, and I feel the content I produce needs to reflect that in order to better prepare people for the reality of the job market, or at least make people question the current narrative with facts. So if you are holding out for that elusive first role in the Salesforce ecosystem and have been trying for months or maybe years to no avail, it may be time to switch up tact. This may come in the form of applying to different types of roles, for example, switching from a Salesforce admin to sales or RevOps, business analysis, or customer success.
This is really good advice. This is a really good thing. Like, I totally agree with that.
Success roles in ISVs. It may come in the form of switching to an adjacent technology. Salesforce isn't the only technology around. There are plenty of other declarative platforms out there that don't require coding, such as Zendesk, HubSpot, Microsoft Dynamics, and Tableau.
Or you can just learn coding.
If you've built up core foundation in knowledge about CRM and business processes working on a Salesforce role, much of this will be transferable to a potentially less saturated industry. Does your previous industry experience mean that you could specialize in a particular vertical, such as non-profit or financial services? Could you even look to gain CRM experience in your current role before going out to the Salesforce market to switch roles? Or, based on the current saturation of the Salesforce market and the uncertainty of when things are going to bounce back, do you give yourself a break and free up your evening and weekends to focus on something other than tech careers? Yep. Many content creators in the ecosystem continue to push the narrative that it's easy to get a Salesforce role. Simply get certified, volunteer a bit, and the jobs will come.
So it feels like Ben is pointing out the talent stacker without really naming talent stacker. I mean, the talent stacker are really cool guys. They're super known for. So here's what I love about talent. Let's first finish the video, and I'm gonna tell you about the talent stacker.
Whilst it's great fun creating this type of content, and there's a feel-good factor in knowing you are helping others, I don't think it reflects what most people are seeing on the ground. It's hard to know what the future holds for the Salesforce ecosystem job market, especially those who are just starting out their careers. Could we see another boom with artificial intelligence being the catalyst? Or will AI create even deeper specializations within the Salesforce market that makes returning to the generalist days impossible? If you have any questions after watching this video, or you simply want some advice, I've set up a new inbox to answer your questions. Feel free to reach out to advice@salesforceben.com.
Okay, so what people say here? No one really speaks about talent stacker, right? Talent stacker. Yeah. even though that's actually what meant in the video, I think so. So they're super known, and talent stacker, yeah. Do you need a certification to land a job? So they always have this. Basically, what is talent stacker? Talent stacker is basically a community for 2.5K one-time payment. So you pay one time and you have access to the community and few pre-recorded videos. That's basically talent stacker, right? But with all the people that I spoke with, they said that the whole power of talent stacker is the community itself, not the pre-recorded videos that they have. And I can totally see that. Let's have a look at them. Launch your Salesforce career. Did you know that 470 landed roles? This is where it's coming basically. 470 plus members landed roles in 2023 alone, with an average income of over 72K. Over 86 of members who completed the program in 2023 landed jobs, and the other 14 have lifetime access to our services. Find out why our program is so unique and is easily the most effective Salesforce career development program in the world. And this is the problem. Like, I have hard times to believe it, because I work with people who are searching for the job, and I know that it's hard. Like, and I know what's inside of talent stacker. I have such a hard time to believe it. Like, I really have a hard time to believe it. But that's what they say. I mean, yeah, if they say it, then it's probably true, but how they do it? Like, how? Yeah, I don't know. This is where it comes from, because they're so huge, so that they can basically set the trend in the Salesforce. With that many members, for example, they definitely can. And look at this. Look at their revenue. Like, they have made definitely like more than 10 million of revenue. Definitely, I would say. Yeah. So that's crazy. They're crazy. And here's what a lot of people actually think, and I think it's a wrong thinking about Salesforce ecosystem. Here's what people think. Let's say that's you, right? Let's say you say, I want to work in IT. They count internships too. There is some companies which hire you for free, just show some experience and count as employed. If they count this one, then it's not really fair to count, because if you get, so basically you can only say that you got work experience if you're getting paid for the work. Internship doesn't count, because internship doesn't give. Yes, you can simulate, but there is something about actually getting paid, because the stakes are getting so much higher, right? This is as if you would be running free courses. Like, let's say you take 10 people or 20 people, and you run a free course every week and teach how to code, and then you say, I have a business. Nah, not really. Not really. So I want to work in IT. And usually, why do I want to work in IT? Because I want lots of money, right? So this is a normal reason, and there's nothing bad behind this reason to actually this is a completely good reason. Like, if you're in the IT about money, that's fine. So I want to work in IT. So what's the next step? So I want to work in IT. And then you go here, and here's basically a wall. And the wall is called programming. And you're like, damn. So turns out developers are actually paid quite high because it's actually kind of hard. Like programming, what is this? Like this is people go and try learn programming for a little bit, and they're like, oh, like what the hell? That's difficult. Now I understand why developers are paid 100K. So this is programming is kind of a big wall behind most people and IT job. And then here, let's say it's IT job. Let's say it's your IT job. Right. IT job. And then what a lot of companies do is they say, okay, so we know that this is a problem. Or not only companies, just in general, like the narrative in the Salesforce ecosystem. They say, we know that this is a problem. You know what? We have a solution for you. This is a shortcut. This is a shortcut. Become an admin. And guess what? You don't even need to spend time on this annoying coding. Coding is for losers. Coding is, for those people who over-engineer things. We have our awesome flows in Salesforce. You can do everything with point and click. Salesforce is low-code platform. Imagine you can earn 100K, 70K a year, 100K a year, 200K a year, 300K a year, just without even never hitting this wall of needing to learn the programming. Just go and learn Salesforce. It's so much easier. Learn the Salesforce itself. Now this is a lie, because it's not, okay, so it's not a lie, but this is such an oversimplification. And this path, it was possible for a couple of years, right? But this path is not sustainable. This path is trying to avoid the hard thing and trying to get the same outcome as learning the hard thing. And as soon as the people who went through this path, they face real market as we face it right now, they're like, oh shit. Like, I cannot find a job. Yeah, okay, of course you cannot find a job because you never spend time actually learning the hard thing. All the time you were trying to avoid coding, and you succeeded. Yes, you succeeded. You could find a job in Salesforce ecosystem, yes, but that's not sustainable. You avoided learning the hard thing, and now when the times are gone, you're like, oh damn, so turns out there's actually a value in learning the hard thing. Actually, people who know how to code, they are kind of have a preference. Here's what I know. If you are a developer right now with 2 to 3 years of experience, even if you're not specialized, if you're just a decent developer with 2 and 3 years of experience, you will find a job. It's not hard, and you're gonna earn good money. That's possible. Like in Germany, for example. Okay, so I probably I am not the best example because I have some following, right? I have 4 or 5 years of experience, but I can find a job in Germany basically next week if I want. It's not hard. And this is because I was not avoiding learning this hard thing. If I was saying all the time, hey, the programming is not needed for Salesforce, yeah, then I would be fucked up now. But no, no. So don't avoid the hard thing. Do the job, and actually learn programming. And this is for most people who try to get into the admin role. What's the Salesforce is a cloud system. This is the problem with all the jobs that don't need that much of any special knowledge. That if it doesn't need a lot of special knowledge, then it's just a matter of time that it's going to be filled out because everyone can learn it. And learning Salesforce is significantly less difficult than learning programming or Salesforce development. This is just true. So you're going for the easier thing that basically everyone can learn. Well, if everyone can learn this thing, it means that at some point everyone will do it. And you're going to be competing with everyone. And then you're going to get into this super competitive market where it's really hard to find anything unless you're really good. And then you're surprised, guys. So for all the admins that are surprised with how difficult it is to find the first job, well, here we go. Welcome to just a normal market. It was never. This path is something, it's an outlier. This path does not exist in other ecosystems. This is completely outlier that should not exist. And people who got there, they were lucky, and you still can get there, right? You still can avoid it. You need to be a little bit more, you need to do a little bit more tricks, but you still can avoid these things. But in general, if you're really serious about your career, just learn programming. just invest your time into learn proper thing, or just find something else. Like, that's programming, and in general IT job is not the only one thing. You can go to so many things. You can go become business analyst, consultant. You can become sales is so good. You can do marketing. Marketing is awesome. I don't understand why people value IT job so much more than marketing, for example. In marketing, you can make so much money if you really figure out how to do marketing. You can make so much more money than in development or in sales. You can earn 3, 4, 5 times more than in development. Like, development is not the only one job. So yeah, this is my thought about all of that. Yeah. I'm trying not to be harsh on people, but I just know that this is the way it's been all the time, and it's normal that the more competitive the market get, the less people can get the job there. Yeah. So now, but it's still not as bad as we discussed the last time in third world countries. So I guess like those countries like UK or something, they now experience basically what more poorer countries like Ukraine have experienced all the time, but I would say only to a tiny bit. So if you look at these countries like Ukraine, you can't find a single, maybe 2 jobs in the whole Ukraine for Salesforce admins. And this is where all the markets usually go as soon as it gets really competitive, because you really need to technical people, they will over have the preference around not technical people. So if you can learn programming, just do it. Just learn goddamn programming, please. And you don't, if you learn the programming, not necessarily you will work as a developer, but at least you're gonna have the skill. At least you're not gonna avoid this thing. It's gonna give you such a good competitive edge against everyone on the market. Yeah, but about the specialization now. Hi. Vaishnav, hi. So developers know admin stuff generally, but admins don't know development. That's why half admin, half developer roles rise, but admin dying. Totally agree. As a developer, you can basically do everything, and some things you can do very well development, but you can usually do half well all the other stuff. Like, for example, I've made maybe 2 flows in my life, right? So I'm not super experienced with flows. I know that I can do it if I have to. Just gonna take me a lot of time. And the same with a lot of with a lot of declarative stuff on Salesforce. But still, as a developer, you can do it because it's so much easier to do than development itself. It's like, yeah, it's really easy on Salesforce. I mean, you go into the security stuff, which is more hard, but at the end, it's so much easier than development in general. So yeah. And Salesforce Ben was speaking about specialization. I think you have basically 2 choices. You can either go and learn programming, or you can go and actually specialize. I totally agree. All the best to your journey to 10k MRR. Thank you. We are currently at around 0. So, still a long way to go. With 1% purchase from Fatih. And yeah, but there are actually quite a bit of people who are registering on the platform. I think now it's like around 20 people who registered on the platform, which is kind of cool. But they don't really buy it, but as soon as I didn't push it on my main platform, right? So as soon as they yeah, as soon as I have more tasks and more stuff on the platform, I'm gonna start pushing it. Fatih, are you done with all the tasks? What would you say? How many more do you still need to do? Yeah, and with the specialization that Salesforce band was talking about here, I think with the specialization, let's see, maybe I can switch now. No, I can't. I was then you, then I added 100 tasks more. Yeah, the circle part. Let's see how it works. I mean, um, we tested today. We spot a few like minor errors. I think the most important. It's actually super hard to check for circle tasks. Like it's actually hard. Um, yeah. So how many hours did it take you to complete all the tasks before? I think you calculated approximately how many tasks, how many hours did it take for you. That would be an interesting thing because I know so for you it's definitely like 3 times or 4 or 5 times quicker than for people who just starting out. If someone just starts out, it's so much more difficult than for you now. I know it because it took for some people 3 months to complete all these tasks in my course that I was running before. So let's see, we have this is done, this is done, done, bam. Like 16, 17 hours, but you also read my. Okay. It's super quick. How did you do it so quick? Like, this is really quick. 16, 17 hours? Insane. But still didn't finish Sokol, like I have 90 more tasks. Yeah, Sokol, a lot of repetitive and practicing tasks. I hope it does help with practicing. And let's see what other do you have any topic request? Which topic should we do from this? Which one you think has needs more practice from your experience? Okay, so create. Someone said doubt. You say that class variables and creating objects. Really? Oh, oh, this is a mistake. This is a mistake. Classes can be more detailed, maybe. Okay, I agree. Classes. Wait, creating. This is Yeah, this is definitely a mistake. Wait, I'm sure I do have them. Let's see. So how many? I have like 6 tasks for this one. Class variables. Yeah, I agree. 4 tasks and creating classes 3 tasks. Yep, definitely. So 3, 6, 13 tasks in total. Yeah, I would say we do need at least 30 tasks for that in total for the classes, right? Syntax classes. Ah, okay, but that's without methods. Hmm. Okay, let me see. Because here's definitely mistake. Class variables and creating objects, same one, right? Yeah, definitely, definitely a mistake. Okay, posts, and it should be called creating objects. Let's see, creating objects. So, which one of them? Creating class objects, creating lists. Okay, creating objects. This one probably. Class variables, creating objects. No, this creating classes. Class variables. Okay, now that's correct. Okay, let's just go to database and let's find it in the database. Okay, topics. Yeah, they have the same. Maybe some open. Yeah, object oriented. Yeah, that's for sure. That's that would be something. I mean, it would be. I would probably put it into another. Let's see. Let's see. So it's 1885 creating objects, class variables. I don't even know if I actually have an article about that. That's the problem. Class variables. So the next one, the topic number 7, should be the one if I have it. Topic 7. Yeah, okay, this is what it's supposed to be. And that's not nearly enough for the theory, right? Yeah. That's not nearly enough, but for now I'm not focusing on creating articles for that. I just wanna create enough of practice tasks, because I think articles, that's something that yeah, it's not that important right now. I love loops and methods and learned a lot that section. Some of the examples were challenging. That's good to hear. That's exactly the way I want to have it. They should be challenging. Yeah. Okay, let's see. So you say that about this one we can creating, oh, let's see if that updated. Creating objects. No, it didn't, right? We have some kind of very weird caching behavior. So cache, it makes the website quicker, but when I change something, it takes usually a lot of time to actually change this thing so that the update is applied there. Classes, creating objects, and look at this still old one. Nice. This is exactly how I intended to be, because it's supposed to be at the same time kind of hard. So it's supposed to be a combination of a lot of tasks to just practice and basically get a feeling of how it feels to write the code. So that's why in the Sokal queries you can see the first like 4 tasks. They're basically all the same. It's just practicing. And then on top of that, I also want to have some tasks that are actually kind of hard to do. So it's good that you are saying this. That's exactly how I want to see it. Okay, so for creating objects, we have 6 tasks, but we definitely could create more. But for now, let's just focus on filling out those topics that are completely without any tasks. Do we still have those topics? Let's see, methods, for example. Simple methods, we have 3 tasks. Oh, look at this. I need to fix this thing. Let me go to the admin panel. Okay, let's check this. Nice. Okay, that's properly aligned. Let's actually write without solutions. Public boolean is square and return width is equal to length. Nice, it works. Okay, so calling methods from variables. Resize. Add speed, okay. Yeah, that's definitely something we could add here, a little bit more of tasks. This is good, okay. Calling methods from other methods. Yeah. How could I implement here? This one. Okay, return is definitely something that needs. Okay, let's. Okay, I would say create list tasks. I would say it's done. The next one would be create more meta tasks. Because methods is something super important, and I think we do need to create at least, let's say, let's say 20, 30 more tasks on that point. Mm-hmm. So let's see. Maybe I will be quicker than you again in creating tasks. Nah, it's gonna take me a lot of time to actually, yeah, to implement them, because it takes so much time not to come up with them. I like with part of coming up with tasks, but actually moving them into the JSON and then testing them and then crash me on that. Nah, that's fine. The more you solve, the quicker you get. And I have only the one speed. I cannot move quicker than I'm moving now. Mm-hmm. Okay, let's do it like this. For simple matters, I think we have 3 tasks, right? Let's create a little bit more. Topic 1. You know what? Let's go to ChatGPT. Can you give me the name of all modules, all topics with following format: topic and topic name, topic number. Nice. I love ChatGPT. All right. When I see a subject on platform, I feel very confident to improve. That's good, but I'm bad sometimes because I love your style and practice. Thank you. Why is it bad though? A little addicted. Let's see how addicted you're gonna be once we introduce achievements. I think, yeah, achievements are definitely coming next month. Yeah, we're gonna. So, and by the way, Sokol tasks, they not all of them are working as expected. The last four, um, the last four, they are not working as good as. I have to study integration, but we don't have. Yeah, this is. I know I don't have integration, unfortunately. I can look up if I can if I see some materials on integration, but I don't think that I have like really good material on that. you can go and watch some of the streams that I've done because we use integrations there. But yeah, integrations are hard. This is not super beginner topic. I totally agree with you. And quite frankly, I don't really know how would we test for integrations. I mean, probably no. I know how we would test approximately for integrations. Let's see if we can make it a little bit better than Trailhead. But yeah, this topic that's definitely coming at some point. I don't know when. For now, so the timeline for the next updates is finish, have like, let's say 300, 500 tasks on the platform with all the topics that we have so far, have circle tasks, have trigger tasks. And then we're gonna go, after triggers, we're gonna go for trigger handlers, scheduled, queuables, and then integrations. And you can count each of these things as like at least 1 week or maybe 2 weeks of work. Yeah. And once we have those things, the platform is basically done. And especially, yeah, let's see how we're gonna test. I think one of the biggest issues that we still have is, again, the biggest bottleneck is me writing all of this stuff. This is the biggest. Jamal, hi. Doing great. Did you watch the videos? Yeah, the biggest bottleneck that I have is just articles, just writing stuff, because I have to run all the other things, right? I have to do LinkedIn posts. I have to do a lot of other stuff. I have to meet with my students with one-to-one mentoring and all of that. And writing it takes so much time. This is the biggest problem. Like, it's gonna take me 1 week to write an article, and we need like at least 5 or 6 of them. I know that they're gonna be good, but still, damn, it just takes so much time. That's crazy. I wanna pay someone. That's the thing. I wanna pay someone to write an article, but I don't know whom. Like, who can write an article in my style of teaching? That's the problem. I know that my style of teaching it's effective because I've seen people learning how to code from zero, but I cannot scale my way of I write. I like how you summarize subject in 2 pages when others like 20 pages with the same information. Yeah, I know what you mean. And I like two things. I love writing about stuff that actually matters for real world, not everything all together. So if you go, for example, to loops, you will not find here these types of loops. And that's because we don't really use them in real world. Like, why would you need to learn them if we don't really use them? But for this platform, we do need to include them because I want to give the whole picture for people, right? You might not be, and I'm gonna include it into the teaching, basically into the article, that you might not gonna be using them, but it's still worth to just see it at least once. And this is the biggest problem because it takes so much time. Like, this article, like, it looks like a little bit for you, but imagine making all the screenshots, actually thinking how you can explain those things. It takes a week to write this, to write like this and the next articles. So it's just, writing is the biggest bottleneck, and I don't know how to solve it, because if I continue like this, maybe in 3-4 months we're gonna be ready. But like, damn it takes so much time. I really wish I could hire someone to go and help me. Come on, LinkedIn guys, is there anyone? Uh, is anyone who can help me on LinkedIn? Tom, no, you can't really help me. Yeah, I don't know. I have few people in mind. I have few people in mind, but still. Alright, let's do some work actually. Because if I'm gonna just be sitting here and complaining all the time, no work is gonna get done. Right? So simple methods, simple methods, and we need more than 3 tasks, that's for sure. Let's add at least 3 more, Okay. Let me think. So this is the type of tasks that I have. Another thing that I would like to have is that I could collapse this bar, like here, for example, right? So that you can open and close it. But that's for future. Okay, so we're working here with rectangle. Okay, but this should go actually into another topic because this is about returning something. So it's actually, it does not really belong that much into this into this topic because return, look, we discussed return only here. Okay, what kind of tasks could we do for coding? For methods. Let's see what I have in my course. Methods. Yeah, I took it from here. Boolean variables. Let's say create a class person and I see why why I didn't create more tasks because we didn't discuss return types at this point, so those tasks they should actually go into the return type. And at this point we cannot really check, for example, this method, we cannot really check it because we're not querying for debugs. So we cannot really check this thing. So I'm not gonna include this topic here. Calling methods from variables, and this is, I think that's something that we should be. Yeah, but look, all of this, they should go into the return plus return type. Like, what the hell is that? I should restructure it. That's definitely wrong. Okay, so I have simple methods. Let's see, topics, simple methods, and I have tasks. That's where they should go. The same goes for those guys. Yeah. So for simple methods, we cannot really test any tasks because we cannot test the system.debug. So, and we didn't wait. Yeah, exactly. We didn't discuss return and we didn't discuss arguments. So we cannot really check anything for these parts. And for this is where we can already test it, but not that way. This is a wrong way to test them. but can be better structured. Yeah, that was not a problem for you because you already know basically those things. That's why I guess it was not that big of a deal for you. Because if you're just starting out and you just read about just methods and you didn't read explicitly about return type, it's going to be really difficult. So topic 1 will be without any tasks, and this is what I'm gonna write here. So wait, where's my topic 1? I think I had it somewhere. Topic 1, simple methods, no tasks. Topic 2, can we create here some methods? Yeah, I think we can. Some tasks to test, I think we can. Task 1. Pre-code. So this is the code that will be already in the system. And so I'm gonna take something from here. Yeah, so I'm gonna take this one. No, wait a second. Yeah, let me take about the person. Person. Integer age and string name. Okay, so this is the pre-code. Task. No. Public. Now we need the method itself. Public. Let's say void. Say name. System.debug. My name is plus name. Okay. There is a method defined on the person class. Can you? No, not can you. It's not ChatGPT. I'm talking here. Create. No. How to call it in English? Fill out the code to call the method, and that's gonna be template here, and the template will be this one. Call method here. And solution. I think it's a good one. And now like this, we need to create different variety of exactly this one. Basically what I want to do with this thing is that I want to take a person who is reading this and learning it, and I want to make this person to type in the calling of the method that the person knows how to call 4 or 5 times. That's the purpose. Please, ChatGPT, don't be stupid. I'm creating tasks to Practice simple methods. So don't include these things into tasks. Can you create pre-code is code already in the system. So pre-code is basically the code already in the system that the user can assume that it exists. Mm, I think it's fine. Yeah, I think it's fine. Why not? By the way, if you think that one of the tasks are stupid, just let me know. Because I'm creating here, I have all the time students basically telling to me that some of the tasks are quite strange and they don't like them. And I try to understand why, and if that's really on the task, then I do change them. And yeah, see code snippets. With a percentage. Yeah, there's indeed no percentage operator in Apex. That's true. That's actually true. Ah, that's a good one. Like it. Okay, another one. No, I think it's enough. Three. Maybe we could go for one, for a few more. Okay, I'm gonna modify this one. So that also the method also prints fill out the code to call the method and print out the light is now off. Okay, and here save the value from the class to a new variable called is on. Print this variable to the console. Value from the class and call the method here. You know what? We can't even we can't even check for this thing. Damn it. We can't even check for this thing. Ah, that's so annoying. Okay, I'm gonna stop with this because we cannot check for those. Basically, what we cannot check is that we cannot check if the method is getting called. We need to implement another type of check on the front end for that, which is stupid. So I'm not gonna be doing this at this point. Or we can be parsing debug logs, which I kind of want to avoid all the time. Calling methods from other methods. Yeah, this one we also cannot really check. No tasks. Because no check possible yet. The reason why we cannot check them is because we cannot really check if the method can get called. We do need some kind of return type, and then the return type, this is what we can already check. All right. Not possible yet. Yeah. All right. Guys, I think it's gonna be it for today because I kind of want to take a lunch break and it's gonna be quite long one when I get my tea heated and all of that. And then I'm gonna continue working on this thing, but already off the stream. And for those who wanna hang out during the stream, go here to the Discord. And otherwise, see you tomorrow. See you everyone.